Morning, everyone, and sorry, no more room, full house. Okay. All right, so we have a long program today. Like for you guys online, it's going to be divided into two while we munch on dinner. So we'll start off with a little brief kirtan and then a guided Goranga meditation and then a talk. And then lots more chanting after that, so cool. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Siddhaswaripananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Siddhaswaripananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine. Vaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gopakta Vrindam. Vaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gopakta Vrindam. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Nityananda 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 Haribo Chaitanya 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 Haribo Nityananda 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 Haribo Chaitanya 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 Haribo Nityananda 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 Haribo Chaitanya 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 Haribo Nityananda 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 Haribo, Chaitanya, Chaitanya, Chaitanya Haribo. Nityananda, Nityananda, 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 Nityananda Haribo, Chaitanya, Chaitanya, Chaitanya Haribo. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Okay, together. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Again, Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. One more time. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Cool. Hari Bol. Okay, I'd like to invite Amir forward to give us a guided session.
All right, namaste everyone. Welcome to our program tonight. Hope you have enjoyed the kirtan. So we are going to have some Gauranga breath meditation and some mindfulness now. Going back to the old program as we had till March 2020. So as you know, we are now starting from 5 p.m., 5 to 5:15 kirtan, 5:15 to 5:30 we have the Gauranga breath mindfulness practice. Then 5:30 to 6 we've got the lecture, and then 6 to 6:45 or something. Yeah, we've got the dinner. So our live stream is gonna have two parts, one from 5 to 6, and then 6:45 to 8 o'clock for online audience. So let's get started on the mindfulness practice. Please sit in a very comfy position for me, very relaxed, shoulders back, heads upright, and gently close your eyes, please. The closing of the eyes allows us to remove a lot of distractions caused by sense of sight. Take a deep breath in and out. We tend to breathe in through the nose for two main reasons. Number one, nose filters the air. And number two, there is a subtle energy chakra at the back of our nasal cavity, which is associated with absorbing chi or prana, subtle energy from the air. Take a deep breath in through your nose and see how your chest and belly expand. Deep breath out and see how your chest and belly contract on the exhale. The inward breath is refreshing, and outward breath is relaxing. When you breathe in, try to feel the touch of the air at the openings of your nostril. The gentle air, cool air gets into your nostrils, and on the exhale, warm air gets out. We tend to focus on our breath in pre-meditation part for a number of reasons, including number one, there's nothing more gentle than the touch of the breath at the opening of our nostril. And number two, breath connects the body to the mind. So now we're going to add the wonderful mantra Gauranga to our practice. Make it a full meditation practice. Gauranga has 4 syllables. Go, ra, anga. Gauranga means the golden Lord of love. So in this practice, we are going to join the guys in the background, taking deep breath in and saying the mantra Gauranga on the exhale. So we are going to listen to 2 more mantras. From the third, we are going to join the guys in the background. Let's listen. Let's join. Take deep breath in. Let's do 2 more. Keep your eyes closed and let the mantra resonate in your head and your mind, washing away all the worries and anxieties you might be holding in your mind. We are now going to become aware of our existence. Become aware that right now you exist in this room, wearing your specific clothing. While you have your eyes closed, step back from the body, look at your body, and go over different features of your body, like your hairstyle, the color of your hair, your face, any wrinkles you have on your skin, on your face, your body, height, and so on, how fat or skinny you are. Let's now go back 10 years in time and try to remember how your body looked 10 years ago. Possibly by remembering a photograph of yourself back then. Go over different features of your body back then. Your hair, any gray hair you notice today that you didn't have back then. Your face. If you have wrinkles today that you didn't have then. And your body, your height, and how fat or skinny you are. How do you compare your body today with your body back then? Let's now go back 20 years in time, if your age allows, and do the same process. Go over the body you had back then, compare it with today's body of yours, and so on. Let's now go back to your childhood and bring in mind one of the photographs of your childhood, possibly when you were 3 or 4 years old. And go over different features of your body back then. Remember that cute child body, the cute face, little arms, those tiny fingers and even nails. Ask yourself the question, where is my childhood body today? According to medical sciences, every 5 to 7 years, nearly all the molecules in our body get replaced with the new ones. Meaning, my childhood body is actually dead today. But I'm not. I keep existing. Should ask myself the question, am I my body? Well, you may wonder, if I'm not my body, perhaps I'm my mind. But we often say my mind's driving me crazy, which actually indicates our lack of full control over our mind. Therefore, we cannot be our mind either. Who am I then? If I'm not the body, if I'm not the mind, who am I? The Vedic scriptures have the answer for us. According to Bhagavad Gita, our real identity is that we are all effulgent, eternal, spiritual beings, unborn and therefore undying. Simply having a journey on earth experience right now, using the avatar of this body we are given and this wonderful computer called mind, this subtle body that we are given. What makes real us, the spirit soul, happy is actually something that allows us to experience union with our very source and essence. These beautiful mantras we are chanting tonight, Gauranga, Haribol, Nitai Gaur Krishna, they are all spiritual sound vibrations that allow us experience union with our spiritual source and essence. So we are going to have lots of chanting tonight. Alright guys, bring your focus back and become aware of the room and people and objects around you. And feel like you can open your eyes now, probably putting your palm together, creating some nice warmth and massaging your face. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to invite our dear friend Jiva Krishnadas to give us a talk on spirituality. Haribol and Namaste. Jiva, please come forward.
Okay, so namaste everybody, welcome. And so sometimes before we start, let me just offer respects to my teacher, Jagat Guru Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa. Gee, that thing takes forever, doesn't it? I don't know if you can hear it at home, but there's this clicking sound going on. So, you know, we sometimes we come and give our talks on, you know, different people here. We give our talks on yoga, philosophy, yoga wisdom, and it's sometimes we don't really know what to say because we say the same thing every week pretty much. It's not that this knowledge is new, that yoga wisdom is something new that we have to you know, keep reinventing it or something like that. But rather, even, you know, like before, you know, offering respect to my teacher, it's not like I'm offering respect because he's presenting something new that hasn't been presented before ever. It's, when we talk about yoga wisdom, we're talking about eternal truth, or sometimes it's called absolute truth. You know, we always give the example of, like Amir was talking before, the distinction between the body and the mind. The body and the spiritual soul. So this is one obvious example of, you know, our body, condition, whatever it may be, is a relative truth. It's not always true, but our eternal soul nature, that is eternal, absolute truth. So it's not like, you know, oh, this is a new thing. You guys are doing, oh, we're spirit, soul, eternal. No, this knowledge has been available since the beginning of time in this material world. It's eternal truth. And so what are we doing here, saying the same thing over and over again every week? We're just reminding ourselves and each other of these eternal truths, because, as we all know, it's very easy to forget. You know, our nature is eternal, but we live in a temporary material body, and we often identify with that material body, more so oftentimes than our actual soul nature. Is that true? Does anybody have that? I think I'm my body, even though I've heard it so many times. Oh, you're not the body. When it comes down to it, in day-to-day life and activities, we often, you know, relate in a sense, or we very easily slip into that way of thinking that, oh yeah, my body, you know, this is me, and that's Tad over there. He's got his body. he's that body, and so on for the rest of us. So we're here, you know, to remind ourselves, and through chanting, and you know, we speak this yoga wisdom regularly, as much as we can, as much as people want to hear, and hopefully it rubs off on a deeper level. But I also want to mention just something that was pretty interesting. You know, like I came across a person not that long ago, and they were basically trying to say that, you know, like we're here, you know, different every week, and different people come and we gather and have our meditation group, and a lot of the time the same people are here every week, and sometimes people haven't been before, and so on. Anyway, there's generally a mixture of people who have been following this practice for a while, and some people are relatively new to it. And so it was put forward, you know, by a person that, oh, you know, this is just like a cult thing. You know, it's a group you have to join, and you do this meditation, and so on and so forth. I don't know if anybody ever comes across that kind of thinking, but you know, sometimes people will think like that. You know, oh, this is just some group I've joined. But it reminded me there was a very interesting statement by, not my spiritual master, but by his teacher, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami. And he was in Iran at the time, actually, and he was talking to, you know, some people there. And as you know, Iran, you know, they follow the Quran mainly. And he made a statement that it doesn't matter what spiritual process you follow. If you get, whether you're following some principles that you find in the Bible or the New Testament or Old Testament, or principles from the Quran or principles from the Bhagavad Gita, he said you shouldn't think that, you know, this is good or bad, you know, this one's good and that one's bad. He said you should just, the way we judge it is by the results, or the fruit, as he called it. You judge it by the fruit of the process. And he said if whether, you know, you're following some kind of Christian process or this process or whatever it might be, if you find that you're gradually developing your spiritual consciousness and your love for the Supreme, if you find that's happening, and gradually you're, you know, your material situation is becoming, you know, less and less an issue kind of thing. You know, we're not so worried about our material situation. If you find that your interest in spiritual life is, he said, then that's it. If the fruit is there, if that fruit is there, if that result is there, then fine. Follow whatever process it may be. So, is this a cult-like mentality? Like you have to join this particular thing? No, it's got nothing to do with joining anything. It's got to do with an individual developing, their spiritual awareness. That's all. And you may do that on your own by reading some particular book or another, or you may, like ourselves, and we have our different friends we get together with, and you may do it, together with some like-minded people, and it's generally recommended to do that because it's easier. But it's not like we should never entertain a mentality that, this is my group, or this is a group, and it's the only group, or anything like that. So what am I, you could go, well, what am I doing in this situation here? There's another situation with a girl wants to ask me, she's coming to our programs and so on. She's saying, well, are there any other meditation groups that you can recommend that I go to? And of course I was like, am I going to be insulted by this question? Because it's kind of like, oh, you guys aren't good enough for me. Where else can I go? Can I go somewhere else? But I didn't take offence. I was kind of like, I said, well, I'm the wrong person to ask, because I said there may be, maybe, but I don't know of any. I don't know of any, and I'm not really looking anywhere else. Oh, why wouldn't I be looking anywhere else? Because I'm perfectly satisfied and fulfilled by the explanations of spiritual wisdom that I've received from my teacher. So there's it's not like, again, it's not like, you could see this, oh, well, that's just fanatical, isn't it? You mean you don't want to listen to anybody else? No, I might listen to somebody else sometime, maybe, but I'm not that worried. I'm not looking. Why? Why? Because I'm okay. I'm feeling good. People do it to me a lot. Oh, have you read this book? Have you read this? Have you heard this person chanting? Have you heard? No, I don't want to say anything bad about anybody else's chanting, but I'm not that interested. Because why? Because I'm like, the way of spiritual awakening, if we can put it like that, is that it's so amazing that even a minor, we could call it not even a full spiritual awakening, put it that way, even just a partial spiritual awakening is so just amazingly wonderful that it's completely satisfying. So I'm kind of like, I think I've used this example before, but it's like if you're struggling in the ocean and the waves are smashing you, the material life, kind of put it like that. You're getting this problem and that problem, you're getting smashed, and somebody drops a line down from the helicopter and you manage to catch on to that, then you're going to be feeling pretty good at that point. True? You will. You're going to be feeling great. And then if somebody says, hey, are there any other ropes out there that I can hang on to? I'm going to be like, well, yeah, maybe, but I'm okay. I've got one. I'm not going to worry about letting go of this to get another one. So again, we might think, is this cult-like or mentality or fanatical in some way? No, not really. It's just a matter of, receiving spiritual knowledge and you're satisfied, and that's it. What else is there? And for people who, what is this rope? What is this knowledge? What's so great about it? Well, oftentimes it's just, and why is this particular thing that I personally have held on to more strongly than going somewhere else? Because I was personally affected by the manner in which it was presented and the mood of it and so on and so forth. That's all. So oftentimes, people are presenting the same spiritual truth that we are. Like we say it again every week. What is this spiritual wisdom that's been presented since forever? There is a supreme being. There is a supreme higher power source, the absolute truth, however you want to say. God exists. All of us are his children, regardless of our material situation. We don't care. We don't distinguish. Oh, he's a Muslim person. He's a Christian. He's a transvestite. He's a woman. He's a man. He's a homo. He's a hetero. He's a this. He's a that. All these are bodily designations, and any genuine spiritual teacher will not be interested in any of it. Those bodily designations. We don't care. We're not interested. We're interested to tell people about that which is permanent, not that which is temporary. Whatever your bodily designation is, that's temporary. If you want to focus on something that's temporary and it's not going to last, okay, but we don't advise that. And none of the great spiritual teachers that have, this is what we learn. Don't focus on that. Focus on your eternal identity. Spiritual in essence, child of the Supreme. And we do that by the process of mantra meditation or singing the names of God. It's the same thing. Again, is this a yoga thing? Yeah, it's a yoga thing. It's a Christian thing. It's if you look at any of the ancient teachings on spirituality, anyway, you'll find the same process, meditating on the names of the Supreme. It's there. So again, even with that, we're not really making anything new. It's just that we're reinforcing it. We're remembering it. We're and reminding everybody as often as we can that this is what it is. It's really simple. Are there details and questions and stuff that people can might be curious about? Yeah, sure. If you want to get into details, you can ask details. But the actual teaching itself is the same. And how much detail do we want to get in? Well, that's up to every individual. I was on a plane the other day. I'm flying on a plane. I understand the plane generally. I got these engines and I got some flaps and the power goes on and there's a certain science to it and you can fly and to me that's enough. I'm not that interested in all the technical details of the plane. I'm not going to be afraid to get on the plane unless I understand every little thing about the engines and the computers and everything and this and that. It's not wrong. Some people may want to do that, but, so with chanting it's like that. We can, or with the path of yoga it's like that. We can get into it as deeply or as not deeply as we like as far as those details go. But actually, as soon as you get on that plane, as soon as you engage in this process of meditation, you are going deep. That's a fact. That's as deep as you'll need to go. And peripheral kind of questions, they can, like I say, they can be taken care of by one person or another if you find yourself curious about different things. But there was, another, last point I wanted to mention, especially with regard to Christianity. I'm not aware of any similar thing. The three main theistic paths, Christianity, Islam, and Vaishnava Hinduism, they all recognise these general points, that there is a supreme soul, and we are all children of that supreme soul. This is basic yoga teaching, and there was, with regard to Christianity, I know for many years when I was growing up, the idea was put out in a major way that, I know everything else is bad or not bona fide. It's only Christianity is the only path. Actually, if you don't become a Christian, whatever that means to so many different people, then you're in trouble. So, and what is, becoming Christian? They're talking about, if you don't follow the right rituals and say the right things and so on. That's what they're saying, if you don't become a Christian. You've got to basically declare in some way, and that's but there was, I just want to mention, it was an interesting quote I came across. There was one of around about the late, in the 4th century after Jesus, there was, the guy who's reasonably famous historian of the Christian church, he's called like that, and his name was Eusebius, and he made the statement that, even though we are now, and he was talking about Christians, he's saying even though we're now being known as Christians, even though we are now known as Christians, he was saying, this is not an eternal thing. It's not like we're doing anything new, isn't that? Because the big thing with Christianity, we're doing something new. No, it's not. He was saying even that about Christianity. It's not like we're doing anything new. This knowledge was practiced long before, in past ages, way before the time of Jesus even. This understanding, spiritual knowledge was going on by divinely inspired persons from olden times. So he's talking about ancient history now. We think, that's ancient, 4th century. No, he's talking way thousands of years BC. And he's saying, that what we're doing is nothing new. It's been going on. So again, even this is acknowledged by, the truly knowledgeable persons, whether they're Muslims or Christian, whoever they are, they all acknowledge. And I think, maybe not so long ago what I've just been saying would have been controversial, and maybe, people would have been on my case about it. But I think not so much now. I think people are coming more and more to appreciate that this knowledge is common. It's not, it's common to everybody, the Islamic people or the Muslim, whoever they are. This knowledge is there. It's just up for anybody who's, trying to, make progress on a spiritual path in some way, trying to understand what life is and the reality of it. According, it's said that, that famous saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Everybody's heard that, yeah. It's true. We actually, and there's more to it than that. It's just whatever kind of teacher we want, that person will appear. So we're led in different ways, just according to our own desires and the nature of our desires. Like I know, we're talking about different places where people go and try and develop spiritually. We end up somewhere according to what we're comfortable with. And whatever that is, and hopefully, like we were saying before, hopefully the fruit will be there. You know, this is what I've learnt through my teacher and our disciplic succession. That the way of very strongly sticking to certain spiritual truths, but at the same time not being fanatical, not seeing inwards, but rather seeing outwards, seeing that everybody is a part of the absolute truth. We're all a part of it, and we find our little tribe, if you like. We can use that word. If it so happens that we feel comfortable with, or if we don't feel comfortable, we just do it ourselves. You know, what I was saying from a long time ago is, you know, just add meditation to your life. You know, as much as possible, we try and have respect for every single individual that walks in here, regardless of who they are or who they think they are. You know, so long as they're not going to disrupt or make a disturbance to our little proceedings here. Other than that, we have respect for their individuality, and but we, and we offer them, if they haven't already got that knowledge, or if they haven't got it in a way which suits their, which is favourable to them, Like I've had people try to tell me about Jesus and Muhammad many times, and just by the way they were doing it, I was like, sorry, not interested. Not even because necessarily what they were saying was wrong, although what they were saying was wrong, but but just because, and isn't that like that with all of us? We're all like that. You know, you want to hear from somebody you feel reasonably comfortable with, and, okay, and the thing that, I learned from my teacher was, he said, when you teach, he said, don't worry about, trying to make a big noise and trying to be a big person or anything like that. He said, just try and teach based on, let your trying to pass on knowledge, spiritual knowledge, just base it on compassion. He said, that's all that's necessary. So I always remember that, and I thought about it for a long time. Yeah, what's the compassion? Is because even, people are, it might seem to be condescending to say it like this, but isn't it a fact that there's a lot of suffering in the world in different ways? Isn't it a fact that people are confused about who they are and how they should be living, and right? Isn't that people arguing about, what's true and what's not true, and what's genuine spiritual truth and what's not? There's a lot of confusion. And so, again, it sounds condescending. We don't mean it to be, but, when a person, when we receive spiritual knowledge and, you experience it, then it's natural that you're satisfied and fulfilled. It's natural that you'll try to, pass it on. So that's what we're doing here. It's kind of like, we can't be happy another way. The people on the path of yoga, they're both happy and they're unhappy at the same time. How is that? We're happy because we, having a, rejoicing in this experience of this knowledge and the meditation practice, and a little spiritual taste of chanting the names of the Supreme. But we're also very sad. Why are we sad? Because it's like you sometimes see those things in the old Charles Dickens kind of movies where you got the rich English people and they're and you got the poor people out in the street. It's like that, you know, if you're in one of those fancy restaurants and it's all warm and you're eating dinner with your friends and your family, and you look out the window and you see it's snowing, it's raining, and there's people on the street freezing, and they're cold and they're hungry, and what do you feel if you're in the restaurant? You can't be happy. Not fully. You are, but you aren't. True? You'll be feeling, oh, how can I enjoy this dinner when that guy's out in the street starving? And then you start getting angry at the poor people. Damn poor people. It's their fault. They start going like that. They do. They get angry at the poor people. So anyway, with our process, we try to, remind ourselves of these, simple spiritual truths, not complicated, really simple, and we put it into practice to some extent, and we make our attempt to pass it on to others. So I'll leave it at that. We're just going to chant for a few minutes. We've gone over time already. And then we're going to stop for our dinner break. Just a couple of minutes. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana, Govinda, Rama, Dana, Mohana. Okay, so namaste everybody, thank you. So we're just going to cut off our live stream now, and if anybody who's tuning in on the live stream, we'll be back in about 40 minutes or so, about 6:45 after our dinner break. So see you then.
That's Jiva walking past the camera. Haribol.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine. Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gaura Karuna Swarupaya Radhe Krishna Pristayate. Maja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhattavrinda. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhattavrinda. Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Haribo. Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Haribo. Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Haribo. Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, 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 Haribo. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In the Ukraine, my spiritual master has many disciples and followers, and they're going through a hard time right now. And he's asking us to chant for them and for their benefit and their welfare. You know, of course, we know Krishna always takes care of his devotees, those that are approaching him in love and submission and humbleness. But And, we also know that no one can kill anyone if Krishna doesn't want them killed. We're aware of these things, but it's nevertheless, it's a unique opportunity to be able to approach Krishna, to beg for the protection of someone else, someone that's dear, especially to the spiritual master, to Krishna himself. Obviously, all the devotees are very dear to Krishna. So we do a prayer, the Sringadev prayer. We'll just do it one time through. And those of you that know it can chant along. It's a prayer to Krishna's manifestation as Lord Nrsingadev, the half-man, half-lion incarnation. You may have seen him on the top of these. He's still on the top of the door out there as we go out. He gives protection to his devotees specifically, those that are in need of his protection. He appears under that power as Lord Nrsingadev, the all-powerful half-man, half-lion avatar of Krishna. Namaste Narishringaya Prahlada Dayane Hiranyakashipu Vakshaya Silatanchana Kolai Itono Shingabara Tona Shringo Yato Yami Tato Nashringo Bahina Shringo Hiradai Nashringo Nashringamadim Saranam Prapadaya Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam Abhuta Shringham Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringham Keshavajita Narhadi Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare. All right. So some of the chants we do are actually from our dear God brothers and God sisters in the Ukraine. This one is specifically, they're called Atmosphere. If ever you get on YouTube, just dial them up and you'll hear some very sweet chanting. So on their behalf, let's have a chant. Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda. Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda. Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Nityananda, Chaitanya Chaitanya Nityananda 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 Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Chaitanya Nityananda, 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 Chaitanya Nityananda. politically minded on. So we take it to Krishna. If ever we have problems in life, we always take them straight to Krishna. Lay them at Krishna's feet. My dear Krishna, I'm plagued by all these things going on in my head. I'm confused about what is right, what is wrong. I don't know. I'm hearing things, I'm seeing things, and they disturb me. So the nature of the soul, you, your nature, your real self, you, the I, you're always meant to be eternally peaceful. So when we hear of conflicts, we become disturbed. We become sorry to hear people suffering. And it's beyond our power, or we think it is, but it's not. You can, as our spiritual master is advising, you can pray. Maybe you want to call it prayer. My dear Krishna, you are the cause of all causes. There is nothing that is happening without your consent. So that alone, that consciousness alone brings a lot of strength to the heart. Whatever your will, let it be. Just let it be. But we're specifically requesting to take care of your devotees in this time of turmoil. Unprecedented bully. All right. Let's capo up and we'll finish off with something mellow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Radharani, Shyama Sundar, Vrindavan, Hari Bol. Radharani, Shyama Sundar, Vrindavan, Hari Bol.
Radharani, Shyama Sundar, Vrindavan, Hari Bol. Radharani, Shyama Sundar,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Radharani Shama Sundar Vrindavan Hari Bol. Radharani Shama Sundar Vrindavan Hari Bol.
Radharani Shama Sundar Vrindavan Hari Bol. Radharani Shama Sundar Vrindavan Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Radharani Shama Sundar Vrindavan Hari Bol. Radharani Shama Sundar Vrindavan, Haribo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Alright, I'd like to invite our dear friend Jiva Krishnadas up. Thank you.
Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Janamohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Janamohana, Gopala, Govinda, Janamohana. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Janamohana, 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 Gopala, Govinda, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Janamohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Janamohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Janamohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Janamohana, Gopala, Govinda, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dhamma, Gopala, Govinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gotta help me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. See, at a certain point, you can get the mantras and the music wrong, and it doesn't matter. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. So, namaste, everybody. Thank you all for coming, and nice to see some of you. Haven't seen you for a while. A lot of you haven't seen for a while, and so we'll be back. I guess everybody knows by now we're back to our old pre-COVID program, starting at 5 o'clock, and having different things going on and a dinner break as well. So hope to see you again and have some more good times together. Just one quick announcement. In what's today? The 6th. So in 2 weeks' time, two Sundays from today, we're having a special sort of a special celebration for Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya, who is a great personality who introduced this kirtan chanting that we do in India many years ago. And so every year we have a special celebration for his appearance day, and we're going to be doing that 2 weeks' time on a Sunday. So it'll be kind of a special night. We'll be having a little bit of a shrine with some pictures of Lord Chaitanya, and if any of you would like to come, you're welcome to bring offerings of flowers and different kind of vegetarian and or vegetarian foods to offer. We'll be having an offering and hopefully a crazy chant. See how we go. And so we're going to have that on a Sunday night. So same times, 5 o'clock till 8. And so keep that in mind, 2 weeks from today. And other than that, see you later. I think we've got some chai on the boil, and so stay around for that if you like. And see you next time. Namaste. Thank you.